Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Noodles at Noon, the show that focuses on things that are not worth focusing on. I am your host, who forgot to come up with a thing to say about himself. Hi, it's me, Ben, and we are joined, as always, by our wonderful co-host, who I also forgot to think of something to say about. It's Noah.
I mean, we are 88 episodes in, so if people don't know who we are by this point, it's a problem.
I mean, I feel bad because I've been doing it for this long. Like, I've kept it up, but
yeah.
It'll be back next time.
At this point, you can just start cycling with whatever you said at episode 1. Just start saying that, and then just start going through.
I'm pretty sure episode 1 is when I called Michael Hulk Hogan or something.
That's true. Yeah, you led us on to believe that Hulk Hogan was on the podcast, and then surprised us with Michael instead, who's even
who
cooler.
is better. I would rather talk to Michael than Hulk Hogan. Well, no,
well,
I would.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it depends on like who would I rather interview. It'd be interesting to just like go hang out with Hulk Hogan for an hour. But who do I want to like be my friend? Yeah, I'd probably pick Michael, I guess.
Well, I was thinking like I'd probably rather talk about, like, if I was going to talk about wrestling, I'd rather talk to Hulk Hogan. But then I was like, no, Michael still knows a lot about wrestling.
That's a good point.
And I don't have to like go through the process of becoming friendly with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I like how Michael hasn't been on this podcast in like 30 or 40 episodes, and so he almost feels like this imaginary friend that we made up, that people who don't know any better but have only listened to the last like 20, 30 episodes, they're like, Michael's not real. Like, that guy doesn't exist. They're just making him up at this point.
We don't have a whole lot of proof.
Join our Discord. That's how you can do that. How do you join our Discord, Ben?
Oh, you go to noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
And you go to the top right corner where it says join the Discord, and you join the Discord. You click that, and it forces you to download an app called Discord. And then you do all the hullabaloo, give your social security number, all that jazz, and then you eventually join the Discord.
And what is Discord for those of us who don't know what Discord is?
It's like Microsoft Teams, but edgy.
For gamers.
For gamers. It's an edgy version of Skype or Zoom, whatever it is we've been using for the past few years in lieu of
Skype.
Human interaction.
It's true. It's pretty cool. We have lots of cool channels, like a photo channel, a book channel, a fantasy football channel.
That one's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I've pretty much given up on my fantasy football team this year.
It is kind of funny.
I asked Michael because in our Discord we have a fantasy football team, and a bunch of people who've been on the podcast and others have joined that league. And my team has consistently done the very worst. I think I've had the lowest scores of all 8 teams both weeks. And I asked Michael, do you think, in all honesty, will I win a single game this year? And he just had to break my heart and say, no, I don't think you will.
It's not looking great for the Yas Queens.
Yes, the Yas Queens. You got to say it right. That's my team name.
It's Yas.
Yas.
Yas Queen. Clearly, you don't know how to speak in that vernacular. It's Yas. Yas Queen.
No, I'm breaking it up. I'm changing in my vocabulary. It's Yas. Because I don't know how to pronounce anything, be it Dalmatian or
wheelbarrow.
What? It's not wheelbarrow.
It's not wheelbarrow.
I know that one. It's not wheelbarrow either.
It's wheelbarrow. Like,
I think it's just
Colin
wheelbarrow,
Trevorrow, but wheelbarrow.
I dare you, next time you're using a wheelbarrow, to just say that straight faced and see what happens.
Go fetch the Colin Trevorrow. Let's see if he can ruin this franchise.
Ooh.
Wait,
ouch.
he directed... Am I thinking of Colin Trevorrow or Rian Johnson?
Rian Johnson directed The Last Jedi, if that's the franchise you're referring to.
Right. I get them very confused.
Colin Trevorrow was supposed to direct a Star Wars movie, but I think that fell through.
And he wanted to direct it... So what happened was Rian Johnson directed the 8th one, and it sucked. And everyone hated it, except for... I think my brother liked it. He's the only person I've met who likes it. And then Disney kind of freaked out, and they're like, never mind, we're going back to J.J. Abrams.
And then he had to try and clean up a terrible mess.
Exactly. Because I've said this before, and I'll say it a million more times, the 7th movie wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was fine.
I'm not saying it's the best Star Wars movie of all time.
It was perfectly serviceable.
It was exactly what it needed to be to set up another good 8th movie, which then they didn't do.
It was like Lucy pulling the football away from Charlie Brown. They got us all hyped up thinking it was going to be this great epic saga. And then Mr. Johnson got his hands on it.
And then we got someone named Rose. That was her name, right?
I don't blame her.
I mean, it's not her fault.
I don't blame the one character. I don't know who to blame.
A lot of people do, though. Have you been on the internet? Were you on the internet a lot when that movie came out? A lot of people
I think that's on those people. Those people need to get over themselves.
Yeah, it is just a movie.
It's just a movie at the end of the day. It's not like they ruined Jurassic World or anything. Oh, wait.
No, that was Colin Trevorrow.
I hear he ruined that. You still haven't seen the new Jurassic World, right?
Neither has Jessie, if I'm remembering. She's seen more of it than I have, but she still hasn't seen all of it.
Yeah, Jessie, my wife, was very excited to watch the new Jurassic World movie because she's been a fan of the new franchise, like the new 4 and 5, and she was all excited for movie 6, but she did not finish it, like many things. She also didn't finish Hamilton. She got bored like 30 minutes into Hamilton. So, I don't know. It
is a musical.
Yeah, I think she didn't like that. She's like, why is they keep rapping? They keep stopping to rap. Let's move this plot along a little bit.
I tried to tell them that a Jurassic World musical wouldn't work, but they didn't believe me. Thank you so much
when the
for
dinosaurs started
in.
singing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Noodles at Noon. You can catch us anywhere podcasts available, including our website, noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
Where you can join the Discord and also leave us a speak pipe if you want to say anything to us or greet us or berate us. I don't know. You can do any of those things on our website. But you can also find us places like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor,
Stitcher. It's called Stitcher.
Wait, hang on. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Stitcher? Do I always say Stitcher?
Yeah, I think so.
And Spotify. I almost said Stinker. Yeah.
It's a new platform.
I don't know why.
They host like Joe Rogan and stuff on that platform.
Stitcher. And coming to you live this week from Noah's basement. Well, one of us
That's
is.
true.
Oh, wait,
I'm in the
we're
basement.
Both in basements.
This is just like old times. Episodes like 3 through 6 I recorded in the basement. And I have pictures. I was in a different quarter of the basement, but I have pictures of me just like sitting in the dark, lit by the glow of my rock salt lamp in the corner of my unfinished basement, just recording podcasts.
Rock lamps don't work. Wait,
no, it's
salt
just,
rock lamps don't work. I'm not thinking straight today.
I mean, yeah, if you're going for rock salt lamps for like the healing benefits or whatever, I don't even know what they say they're supposed to do. I just like the look of them. I think they look cool. They let out kind of a nice warm light.
I do like.
I always have mine on when I'm working. But I hear they can be bad for cats. If you have cats, the cats can lick the lamps and it can do damage to them. So if you have a cat, maybe don't have a rock salt lamp. PSA.
Kind of like a cow.
Yeah, it's like a big salt lamp.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, I do that too. Like when around 11, when it's not quite lunchtime, but I'm getting a little hungry, I'll just take a few licks off my lamp. So it's getting smaller. Every week, it's just a little bit smaller.
My grandparents had one, and anytime I was at my grandparents', I'd like go to their basement because that's where their rock salt lamp was, and I would just like lick it once and then run back upstairs because I'm like, I don't want anyone to know that I'm licking the lamp. And now I am the way that I am. Oh yeah, it tasted very salty. It's probably why I have high sodium. It's probably why I now do shots of soy sauce for fun.
This says salt lamps can be used for air purification, but
yeah.
I'm guessing that probably does. Is that what they're for? Purifying the air?
I think it's what they say they're for.
Although a few studies show some benefits from negative ions, the evidence that salt lamps improve health is lacking.
How does it make negative ions by shining a light through some salt?
I don't know, but Gwyneth Paltrow is in this article, so that's already a bad sign. That's a bad sign.
Yeah. We don't need no goop. No goop.
Oh, she's all over this. I love these, like, here a list of 8 salt lamp benefits. And they're all like, they might or they could. They might create the euphoria we feel in nature. I don't even know what that means. They don't. But they might.
I've never once felt euphoria in nature. I go outside, I'm like, indoors.
Let's go back.
Let's go back.
I've made a wrong turn. I'm outdoors now.
Oh, I do. I will say, nature's good and all. Like, I like nature. If you ever get the chance to go into nature, I highly recommend it. I don't think a salt rock lamp does a very good job of emulating the euphoria. And that's also very, like, a subjective thing. Like, I suppose for some people, yes, it emulates the euphoria of going in nature. Probably the same way that me having a picture of my favorite baseball stadium emulates the euphoria of me being there. But I don't know if it's, like, a provable thing.
Yeah, and that seems to be the case in this article. Like, so they might create euphoria. They could up your energy levels. There are claims it brings cleaner air. They might help you breathe more easily. They might improve your sleep. They could increase your happy hormones. And, okay, this is the best one. This one's a certainty. This one is not a could. They're pretty grammable. Do you know what grammable means?
Oh, I'm going to assume it's talking about you can post it on the gram.
That's
the Instagram.
Exactly it. So all of the health benefits are, they might do this. They could, increase your hormone level or whatever. But hey, they're going to look so great on the Instagram.
You post that on Instagram. You're going to get some likes.
That is going to get at least 10 likes on that gram right there.
So Noah, how has your rock salt lamp been this past? I literally cannot say rock salt lamp without having to think through every single word. How has it been this past couple weeks? Has it just been 1 week since we did a podcast?
Yeah, it's just been one. We did. We recorded
on a
the
Wednesday.
Riverside
That's
podcast.
Why. Yep.
Yeah. We recorded on a Wednesday, but didn't release until Saturday. And man, just shout out to that again. They were awesome for sticking around after a long concert and recording that show with us. I had so much fun.
Yes. Again, shout out to the Riverside. Shout out to Andreas De Valera.
Yeah.
Both Riverside, awesome people. Andreas, awesome person. Everyone in the Riverside, very lovely. And yeah.
Should we talk about getting to go see them? That was the last
time we ever saw them. We definitely did not go see them on that Monday when the podcast was released.
We definitely did not go to another Riverside concert in a nearby city because we wanted to go hang out with them more.
We definitely did not leverage our contacts to then go see them again.
Yeah, and it definitely was not at somebody's house that we don't know whose house it was. We never did meet them. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't actually ever talk to them.
I feel like we stayed there longer than they did.
Yeah,
we were just hanging out in their backyard.
But it was great though, because we told them, like, I guess we're just like Riverside groupies now, and they're like, no, we're Noodles groupies. So we're like mutual groupies now.
Yeah, they call us the Noodle Boys, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. The Noodle Boys. It's kind of cool to be a part of something where, I'm part of a boys. I've never been a part of a boys group before, like the Beach Boys or, actually there is a guy in my neighborhood who has a Scion, like one of those boxy Scions, and it's got a giant sticker on the back that's just a giant skull. And it's not just like on the window, it's like on the window and down into below the window, like it takes up the whole back of the Scion. And then on the side is just a big sticker all the way across that just says "Sick Boys." So
are you a sick boy?
I guess he is. I have a sick boy in my neighborhood, which I'm pretty excited about.
Do they have a chronic illness boys?
The chronic illness boys. The terminal boys.
There's the Beastie Boys.
The Beastie Boys, yeah. We're
What's
the
it being
Noodles, the Noodle Boys.
We're the Noodle Boys. Right up there with the Gershwin brothers and the Warner brothers. I'm trying to think of more like boy
Avett
groups.
brothers.
Yeah. Mumford and Sons.
The Mumford and his brothers.
Why is it Mumford and Sons if they're all brothers?
They're
not brothers.
I don't know. They're not related in any form.
Yeah.
So that's a good question.
Is one of them just very fatherly?
Yeah. Marcus Mumford has an air of paternity about him that the other ones they just all call him father.
Father Mumford.
It's actually, it's part of their shtick where they have to call him father the whole time. And
Does he have like one of the collar things?
yeah, it's more of a religious kind of fatherhood.
Yeah, he's a priest.
He's a priest. He's the son of a priest or a preacher or something. I saw him this week. That was the other big thing. It was a concert week for me. Last week was also a concert week. I'm also going to another concert next week. All of my concerts. When I got COVID, I sat down and bought a bunch of concert tickets, and that's what happened here. Is now in September, I'm going to a bunch of concerts.
You're reaping the benefits. See, and you complain that I gave you COVID.
Yeah, it worked out.
It worked out.
No,
and
actually,
also it still wasn't me.
The Mumford tickets I was trying to get when I had COVID. Everything else I bought like back in May or April and didn't realize that they were all going to be within like a 2-week period. But yeah, the Riverside concert was great. The second Riverside concert was great. But then I got to go see Marcus Mumford, one of my favorite singers. He was awesome. Great time down at a theater in Denver. Flew a long way to get to Denver, but it's just my favorite city to go watch concerts in.
Yeah. After we went to the Riverside concert on Monday, I also went to Denver, flew down to Denver that same Tuesday to go to a baseball game. So we're both just living our best lives.
Living our best Denver lives. You might have to
Exactly.
pay taxes in Denver now. I think if you spend enough time there, you have to pay taxes in that city. So
It's common law taxes.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're basically
Spend enough time there,
to
you're
Denver.
basically married.
But yeah, I just went to a bunch of concerts this week. Had a great week. Super chill. What about you?
Oh, I also went to the Riverside concert on Monday. And then, like I said, went to a baseball game on Tuesday. Wednesday, I hung out with you doing our little music thing at Genesis.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, you looked like you were like confused and not remembering. And I was like,
No, I was there. I remember.
But yeah, I've just been settling into my new place, having a great time doing so. I now live with I think I talked about this, live with 2 small children, and they're great. Honestly, like, it is fun because I'll just go upstairs and like say hi, and then I get to play with like toy trains and stuff, which isn't something I knew was missing from my life, but it is. And now I get to do it. So I'm very pleased with that.
That just feels so much more organic than like me, who has to embarrassingly, pull out Legos and other toys that I want to play with and just play with them in front of my wife, who's like, "You're a grown man. Why are you, building a Lego city in my living room?" It's very natural for you to go do that because you can just pretend that you're like, taking care of the little kids.
I like to imagine I know Jessie decently well, and I don't think she would say that.
No, she doesn't. And she's very supportive of my childlike tendencies.
Oh,
and
good.
I'm very appreciative of that. I just feel like there's got to be a part of her deep inside that's like, you should be slaying the enemy for me, or
What?
no.
We live in a pretty chill place. Hate to break it to you. There's not a whole lot of enemies to be slayed.
I wish you would join the war, Noah. I think that's what she's saying deep down. I don't know which
the
war
needs
exactly, but
more Lego builders.
yeah, I'm more an engineer type. I'll be building the weapons of mass destruction in the background. because that's
need to
very
build
much
the
my
bunkers.
personality.
You could just bricklay all the bunkers.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, or you just like, I can be one of the people that goes out on the battlefield and just spills a bunch of loose Lego on the ground as protection.
That's, that's a good idea.
Like it's still an effective, but not too dangerous or like chemical type warfare. You just like get a big plane that you dump Lego bricks out onto the fields and the like instead of dropping bombs or something or gas.
One historic truth that we have about war is that the enemy is normally barefoot. And not wearing any sort of protection on their feet.
That's a good point. We'll workshop it. I'm not a war guy.
Figure it out.
I'm not.
I'm not either. I'm not saying I could come up with a better idea. My plan for war is to just not do it.
Not yet. That's the best plan. I think there's some beauty and truth in that. The best solution to war is just to not.
Just to not. Let's just not.
Let's just not, maybe.
Sounds a bit difficult, and long and arduous.
Yeah, people could get hurt even.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Not good.
Well, one other thing that I've been doing this week is I got hooked on a TV show called Ted Lasso. And I'm almost done with season 2.
What? Didn't you just like 2 days ago start that?
It's very good. So, yeah. How's Rings of Power?
Well, my remark to Ben, because I've watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes of Ted Lasso, and I really like it. It's a good show. But it is an Apple TV show, and I just love how obvious they are about using Apple products in like every scene. Like I don't think they're probably not allowed to use anything that's not Apple in the show. So
probably
like
not.
the boss of the organization, she has like her Mac and her iPhone, and then when she's at home, she's on her iPad, and they like never really have cases on them so that you can see like the big Apple logo on the back. And I just find that very, very charming in a creepy Apple kind of way.
Is it too dissimilar from real life, though? Because I'm one of the strange people that doesn't have an Apple. Shout out to my Samsung gang. Yeah.
But see, even that, like, you have a case on it. I think that's the thing that movies are weird about, because they're normally paid to put...
It's clear.
Yeah, but it's not like I feel like almost everybody uses an iPhone case. Unless you're Neil deGrasse Tyson, you probably use an iPhone case. And
why doesn't Neil deGrasse Tyson? Because he's a pretty smart cookie, and...
Oh, have you not seen that video?
No.
His theory, it's a very Neil deGrasse Tyson logic, is if I don't have a case on my phone, I will treat it better and I won't break it because it will be more fragile. Whereas if it has a case on it, I will be more likely to throw it around and not treat it well.
That's my philosophy with cars.
Which, like, to one extent, I do understand it. I understand the logic and it makes sense. Like, you should treat your device with more care.
There's a psychology there.
Accidents happen. Like, sometimes, no matter how careful you are, sometimes things are going to happen. Like, I don't know, you just slip, you drop it or something, and then it's all over.
Neil deGrasse Tyson has never dropped his phone. That's all I can take away from this.
Well, yeah. If he did, he would just say something like, he would just tweet something about how, like,
the Earth hit my phone today.
Yeah, and
at
like
1,700 miles per hour, which is the rate at which it flies through space. It's my impression.
But it
of
would
Neil
also
deGrasse
be
Tyson.
framed in really something negative.
Twice.
It'd be something really framed really negatively, and that's why your grandmother's death doesn't matter, because in the grand scheme of things, nothing matters, and you will all die.
Is he always negative like that? I don't
Yeah,
listen to him very often.
Oh, he's always getting in trouble on Twitter for just like very, very like stating things in a very, I don't know, blunt way. I guess he's very blunt. That'll be, you know what? Don't do any research into that, because that's going to be my game next week. Is
Okay.
Did Neil deGrasse Tyson say that or not?
How blunt is Neil deGrasse Tyson? I will stay off Neil deGrasse Tyson's Twitter for the next week.
Yeah. Don't look it
it'll
up.
Make it like
he's got some good
10,000 weeks in a row.
Well, I do have a game.
That wouldn't be right. That would make me very old if I was 10,000 weeks old.
That would
What's
make
10,000
you
divided by 52?
192 years old.
Yeah, I'm 24.
Yeah, got a little ways to go.
I'll catch up eventually.
I do have another game we could play. I know it's a little early,
really?
But we could jump into a game that I'm very excited about.
I am excited about this. You texted me last night, and we're quite gung-ho about this game. So I am also gung-ho about this game.
All right, well, this game the origin starts with Michael, as many things do, our invisible friend Michael. He was playing a game earlier this week called Lawnmower Simulator?
Yes.
Lawn Mowing Simulator. And it is a simulator game where you get to choose lawnmowers. You have to purchase them. You're running like a lawn mowing business, and you just go and mow lawns. And I think his take on it was it's fine for like 40 minutes, but he's glad he didn't spend real money on it because it's kind of the same.
I feel like it's a game that you can sort of get lost in. Like if you just start doing it and like either you do it for 40 minutes and you're like, okay, that is what it is. Or if you spend like 20 hours a day just
I have built a lawn mowing empire.
Yeah, exactly. He did get lost in the Jurassic World video game from what I can tell.
That's true, yeah, where you're just like running a Jurassic Park type zoo, like it's an amusement park with dinosaurs. And it's like a tycoon game.
Did you just say it was a Jurassic Park like zoo?
Yeah, is that redundant?
I feel like it is because I feel like Jurassic Park was a zoo.
Was a zoo? I guess it was. Yeah. So it's like a zoo tycoon type game. But simulator games, like people get really into these simulator games, and they're even like there are full steering wheel and pedal and control boards that you can get for Farming Simulator. Like I know Farm Simulator is really popular. But
one of my cousins really likes Farming Simulator.
Really?
Shout out to Kason.
Well, one of the lawnmower company I used to work for, there are like mods to mod those mowers into Farming Simulator, and there are like big YouTubers that have videos about like these mowers that I used to work for in Farming Simulator. So they're all like real world equipment, which is really cool. Like it's all kind of cool. It's, people get really into it and have a lot of fun with it. So that's awesome. But I discovered on Steam last night that there are hundreds and hundreds of simulator games for about everything you can imagine. Have you seen some of these?
Yes, I have Hand Simulator.
Yes, we did. You did convince me to download Hand Simulator one time, which
it was a fun game. Highly enjoyed it.
It was a fun game. Yeah, you're just like trying to control people's arms or your hands, I guess.
Yeah,
and it's very cumbersome. Goat Simulator was a big one a few years back, where you just play as a goat, but it's kind of crazy. Goat Simulator 3 is coming out pretty soon. I saw, which is the second game. There was a Goat
Simulator 2?
No, there was not. It's just Goat Simulator 3.
Terrific.
That's the joke. So anyway, I have compiled, 44 simulator type games.
Wait, 44?
Yes. In groups of 4. So I'm going to give you
so there's
4. We're not going to spend like 2 hours on this. But I'm going to give you
say like, oh no, we have to go so fast.
I'm going to give you 4 simulator games, and you have to tell me which one is not real. The other 3 will all be available on Steam that you can go purchase right now. But one of them is fake. So
does the winner get a simulator game of their choice?
You know what? I will find whatever the cheapest simulator is on this list, and I will get you that one.
Sweet. And if I lose, I'll get it for you.
Okay, do you want to say like, well, let's see. If you get 30% of these, well, let's see, there's 11. If you get 4 or more right. Does that seem fair? I think that seems pretty generous.
Yeah, let's do 5.
5? Okay.
Well, yeah,
5
I don't
or
want to
more right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm confident. I studied.
Let's see. We'll see how well I don't know. I feel like sometimes you could see right through my fakery. So I tried really hard this morning on compiling a list that might stump you a little bit here. All right. Well, we'll dive right into the game. First question. Which of these is not a simulator? Video game simulator, PC building simulator, IT simulator, or electrician simulator?
Oh, you're already starting off well. Because I don't know. I feel like electrician is. I also feel like PC builder is. Those are the two that I'm quite convinced are real ones. IT simulator and video game simulator. See, because I know there's like a vein of simulator games where they're like called one thing, but it's almost like they're completely different. So like there's a game that's like streaming simulator where you're a video game streamer. And it's like you live in Russia and it's you doing all the other jobs that you have to do to maintain your life as a video game streamer. Which is hilarious.
There's some world building to this. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the electrician simulator, like I feel like that would exist, but it's kind of like a weird, you have to be in on the joke thing. I'm going to go with IT simulator. Because I feel like it's a good mix of electrician and PC, but also video game. But it
seems like
just its own.
The average of the other answers that I would have put together.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go with IT simulator. It's not a real simulator.
All right. The correct answer, the one that is not a video game, is video game simulator.
Ooh.
I made that one up.
Well done.
I don't know. Technically, every game is a video game simulator, or I don't know.
But it's simulating itself.
It's just simulating. I don't know. It's very meta. Very meta.
Well, you can design one in VR.
That's true. I'm learning how to build VR games right now, and it's super fun and not quite as hard as I thought it would be. I've made some mistakes along the way, like I realized I could just scale like one of the axes of the world. So everything just like slowly gets farther and farther away and it's like constantly stretching out. And I thought like, oh, that'd be a really cool effect. So I got it all set up and I put on my VR headset and like immediately wanted to throw up and die. So I learned there are certain things in VR that you should not do. That being one of them.
Yeah.
All right. Ben is 0 for 1. We'll go on to question 2. Ben, let's get a little political here.
Ooh,
Round
fun.
2
My favorite
is which of these is not a simulator? Shadow Government Simulator, Commander-in-Chief Simulator, Nihilist Simulator, or Socialism Simulator?
Well, as we all know, I'm very socialist.
And very nihilist. That's
and
so good.
Very nihilist. This is the fact that 3 of these do exist is quite entertaining.
I know. It's ridiculous.
How do you simulate a shadow government? Is my question, because I feel like you just don't. Right?
I mean, I think it's just to keep it in the shadows. Like you got to make sure that no one finds out about what you're doing.
Commander-in-Chief Simulator. Feel like that's pretty stock standard. You're the president. Nihilist Simulator. Not gonna lie, forget what nihilism is. And then socialism. I know it. I kind of know what nihilism is. I'm gonna go with shadow government No, because that was the. Did you randomize the order at which these were in?
Yes.
Then I'm going to go with Shadow Government Simulator. Just because I don't think I could, like... I just don't understand it. Are you a lizard person?
Well, let's find out. Ben says Shadow Government Simulator. The one I made up is Commander-in-Chief Simulator.
Are there other
Shadow
president simulators though?
There are President Simulator games.
Okay, just not called. Gotcha.
Yeah, initially I had written. This happened several times. I wrote President Simulator and then checked it and realized, oh, that is also one.
Yeah, I've run into that problem doing games like this before too.
Like, oh, that does actually exist. I can't say that's a lie. Yeah, Commander-in-Chief Simulator. So Ben is now 0 for 2. Yeah, so Shadow Government Simulator, I looked it up here. It's a turn-based strategy game where you lead a secret society towards world domination, investigate the influential, and convert them to your faction via bribery, seduction, and intimidation.
Three of my favorite things.
Yeah, Ben is quite the seductress and intimidator, so...
And I like bribing. I don't have a whole lot of money, but I like bribing.
He likes the idea of it.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
All right, 0 for 2 going into the third round. Ben, Drug Dealer Simulator, Thief Simulator, Gunsmith Simulator, or Mafia Simulator?
These are just the 4 jobs I did in high school. What were they? It was Thief Simulator, Drug Dealer Simulator, Mafia Simulator, and Gunsmith Simulator. When I was in high school, I remember a game where you were like, you did pottery, and you would like make pots and like paint them and do all that stuff. So I feel like that one's kind of the Gunsmith Simulator. So I feel like that one's real. I want to go with Mafia Simulator.
Yeah. Hold on, we're getting a note from Michael. We may have played this game before.
No, we definitely have.
Really?
I didn't want to say anything.
Did I steal this idea from myself?
I'm pretty sure the reason that we're doing this game, or the reason I have the game Hand Simulator, is because of that episode.
Okay, well then we are bringing back. Apparently, we called it. Is this a simulation? So that's what this game is called now. Clearly, it's working since Ben is 0 for 2. But Ben guesses Mafia Simulator. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Ben gets his first point on the board. It is now 1 for 3. Mafia Simulator. I made it up.
It's the only one there that's not a job.
Well, I don't know. It can be. Being part of the Mafia.
It's a group. It's a boys club. The Mafia Boys.
Mafia Boys. The Mafia Noodles Boys. The Noodles Mafia. All right. On to question 4. Food Truck Simulator, Smoke Shop Simulator, Beer Brewing Simulator, or Saloon Simulator?
So beer and saloon, those are kind of the same thing. But food truck and smoke shop?
Food truck and smoke shop. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting to paste. I've been pasting these questions in here.
Food truck, smoke shop, beer brewing, and saloon simulator. I'm going to roll with smoke shop simulator. Because, yeah.
I think it's going to be different.
Not that it feels different, but it just feels like I could understand a beer brewing simulator. Take the hops, put them in the stuff. That's how you make beer, as far as I know. And food truck simulator, that'd be fun. You drive around and you sell tacos or other stuff you sell out of food trucks. And then the saloon one, I don't know, isn't there a game called Tappers? Isn't that what that is?
Oh, like that really old game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is like a saloon simulator, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm going to go with Smoke Shop Simulator.
All right. Ben, you have tied it back up 2 for 4 at a 50% here. That is correct. There is not a smoke shop simulator, but there are like several weed shop simulator games, like at least 3 that I found.
Yeah, no fair.
So if anyone was really disappointed that there's not a smoke shop simulator, don't worry. There are plenty of options for you. All right, next question. Snow plowing simulator, American truck simulator, leaf cleanup simulator, or car detailing simulator?
I know there is probably a game called American Truck Simulator. Because we just needed that.
We're just writing that one off.
We're just writing that one off. That one exists. snow plowing. I feel like snow plowing and leaf cleanup kind of get wrapped up into the lawn mowing one that we discussed earlier, but specifically the leaf cleanup one. And I feel like you could have watched Michael's stream where there was like leaf cleanup going on, and then you were like, I'm going to make that its own thing. So I'm going to go leaf cleanup simulator as the incorrect one.
Ben is trying to metagame, and it's working. That is 3 for 5. The leaf cleanup simulator was indeed made up, but I think that'd be very therapeutic. There we go.
Well, that's what I meant with like the lawn mowing one. Like you just sit down and do it. It's a very rewarding concept. It's like, I finished mowing this lawn,
and you can see your progress.
Be happy with it. Exactly.
All right. Well, we'll just keep this going with some more job opportunities for you.
Terrific.
Wizard Simulator, Alchemist Simulator, Priest Simulator, or Cultist Simulator.
Huh. Alchemist Simulator sounds fun because you just turn things into gold.
I did used to have this game called Alchemy. I don't know if it was just like a match 3 kind of game. It was really simple, but I had a lot of fun with it.
I read a book called The Alchemist. I can't remember what happens in it.
Was there a simulator in it?
No. Priest Simulator, Cultist Simulator. I feel like, I feel like it's going to be Wizard Simulator. Because all of these, like Alchemist, Priest, Cultist, they're a very specific sort of thing that probably doesn't have its own game already. But I feel like Wizard, there's a lot of games where you can be a wizard, so what's the point in making a game where you just simulate being a wizard? So I feel like Alchemist, Priest, and Cultist, they don't necessarily have their own genre of game, so someone had to make a simulator for them. So I'm going to go Wizard Simulator.
All right, well, whether the logic was sound or not, Ben takes another point.
Can read you like a book.
Ben is now 4 for 6. He's only 1 point away from winning a free simulator game that I will gift to him.
Yes.
I'm leaning towards Shadow Government Simulator.
Okay. We can play that one together, right?
Yeah, well, we can't talk about it. It's secret, but
right.
I don't
First rule
want
of
to
Shadow Government is you don't talk about Shadow
Don't
Government.
talk about it. All right, next question. Let's talk about some locations. Gas station simulator, thrift store simulator, road diner simulator, or car dealership simulator.
Thrift store simulator. That one sounds fun.
You get to like sort out the items.
Exactly.
Price them.
Gas station simulator. I don't know. I feel like every once in a while you get somebody who comes in with like a knife or something. Road diner simulator and car dealership simulator. Have you ever, it's just making me want to go to a road diner. I quite like road diners.
Me too. That's like my favorite thing about the movie Baby Driver is like there's a diner in it.
It's my favorite thing about some other movies that have road diners in them that I can't think of right now. But even though I quite like a road diner, no, I'm stuck between road diner and thrift store. I feel like car dealership probably is one. I feel like all of these fall under the same category of like, is a game but doesn't really need to exist.
Why is this
not that any of them? Yeah. I'm going to go, even though I like it the most, I'm going to go Road Diner Simulator.
Road Diner Simulator. All right.
And if it's not Road Diner Simulator, I bet it's Gas Station Simulator. But I'm going Road Diner.
Ben breaks his streak. It is not Road Diner Simulator, and it's not Gas Station Simulator. It is
car
Thrift
dealership.
Store Simulator.
No! That's the one I wanted to be real.
I know. I really wanted that to be real too. I mean, we could make that now. I've been in Unity for like 3 hours now, so I'm basically a game developer now, I would say.
I think you need to do that.
I mean, all these other simulators look like they were made by one person in an afternoon, so
Yeah.
I feel like we could set up Thrift Store Simulator pretty easily.
Yeah.
Well, we have only a few more questions, but 2 of these are going to get a little more challenging because I'm adding an all real option. These might be all real. All right. Ben, Internet Cafe Simulator, Dollar Store Simulator, Speaking Simulator, or Dude Simulator. We've completely gone away from categories now, and these are just grab bag.
I feel like you're adding the all real option just to make me feel like I have to pick all real for one of the options, but in reality, neither of them are all real. So I'm going to rule out all real and focus on Internet Cafe, Dollar Store, Speaking, or Dude. Dude Simulator. You just sit around and watch sports. Speaking Simulator. Wait a second. Isn't an internet cafe a simulation of a cafe?
No, an internet cafe is like a cafe that has computers with internet, and you can go like play World of Warcraft and stuff.
Oh, it's a LAN party.
Yeah, it's like a LAN party cafe.
I didn't know what an internet cafe was. But then why would you want a simulator of that? If it's a place where you go to play video games, is that not just the video game simulator?
I don't know. Maybe you're running the cafe. Maybe you're playing games in the cafe. It just lets you log into your actual Steam, but in a computer in a game. It's very meta also.
I apologize for attempting to poke holes in this game. I'm going to go with Dollar Store Simulator. Similar to the Thrift Store Simulator, which I wished to be real. I'm going to think the Dollar Store Simulator isn't real just because it's a registered trademark.
Dollar Store is a registered trademark?
Yeah, it's registered by the Dollar Store.
It's not registered. You're not talking about Dollar Tree or something like that.
Or Dollar General, but it's Dollar Store.
Dollar Store. All right. Well, once again, the logic is questionable, but Ben takes the point and wins the simulator game.
I win the simulator. I just need one more to get half of them right.
That's
or
true.
Over
yeah,
half of them right.
You're at, or no. You're at 5 for 8. So you're at. Wait, is that right? Yeah, you're at 5 for 8.
Yeah, so I just need to get one more, and then I'll be guaranteed to get over half.
I see what you're saying. All right. Well, Rock Simulator, Tank Mechanic Simulator,
Great game.
Tea Party Simulator,
Great game.
or Sinking Simulator.
Please be fake.
Or all real. I'm sorry.
Or all real. I hope. I'm going to say that Sinking Simulator is not correct because I don't want it to be real. Because that would be horrifying.
Is that a fear of yours?
Yes. Very much so.
I don't know if that's like a Titanic situation or just drowning, or maybe it's just sand. Drowning. You know, maybe there are different levels. Like this is sinking in water. This is sinking in sand. This is sinking in debt.
You're not convincing me otherwise.
All right, Ben says not real. Sinking Simulator. The correct answer is all real. Sinking Simulator is indeed real, and I can gift you that one if you'd like.
No, thank you.
It's only 99 cents. It does come with DLC, apparently. It's like a boat simulator game, I guess.
If you don't download the DLC, it really makes you feel bad for the 99 cents you already spent for not spending more money. That's called a sunken cost fallacy.
Ooh. That's good. That's funny. All right, we have 2 more questions here. Ben's already taken the game, but I just have to get through just a couple more great simulators. Power Wash Simulator, Microwave Simulator, Fireworks Simulator, or Bee Simulator.
I'm pretty sure Power Wash Simulator is real because I've looked it up before. So I'm pretty sure that one's real. What were the others? Power Wash?
microwave simulator, fireworks simulator, or bee simulator?
I'm gonna say microwave, because what is a microwave? What? I'm gonna go with microwave.
All right, Ben takes another point. That is indeed made up. I don't know. Rock simulator is a real thing, and you really just simulate being a rock and sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all you do.
But that's interesting.
The microwave simulator, no, that's
No, not at all.
that's destined to fail.
Yeah, I know.
All right, we got one more for you. He's currently at 6 for 10, so he has nailed the over 50%, but can he run away with this last question? We have cooking simulator, chair simulator, Ed Sheeran simulator, or cactus simulator.
Oh, gee. I really want Ed Sheeran simulator to be real. I would play that. Cooking simulator, chair simulator, cactus simulator. Let's roll with chair simulator. I feel like cactus simulator, you gotta like fend off different desert creatures from eating you for moisture. You gotta sit around and be prickly. Chair simulator, there's a lot of support there, but no. And I really hope Ed Sheeran simulator is real, because again, I will buy it.
All right, the correct answer is Ed Sheeran simulator. I'm sorry to disappoint.
That's twice now.
The two simulators
really
you've been most interested in.
And it's not that I want to be Ed Sheeran. I just want to know what other people think Ed Sheeran does to make a simulator out of.
It's just, yeah. You don't want to be Ed Sheeran. You just want to simulate what it's like to be Ed Sheeran. There's a difference. Yeah, chair simulator is indeed real, and it's just like this pink alien creature buying chairs and sitting down in chairs. But you can't sit in the chairs too long, is what the trailer says. Oh, it's free.
I'm intrigued. Oh, it's free?
I'll gift you that one.
Okay, cool. Can you give someone a free game?
Probably not. I'll figure out which one of these simulators I think you'll enjoy the most. And
it'll randomly appear in my Steam library.
Yeah. Were there any that you're like super excited about? Any that you're super interested in here?
I mean, aside from the two that I wanted to be real but weren't, snow plowing simulator, that feels very satisfying. Road diner simulator, another one.
Oh yeah. Okay, snow plowing simulator is not out yet.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Road diner simulator is also not out yet.
What do you mean? Okay.
Wow. Okay, it's the renaissance of simulator games right now. So, my apologies to Michael, who apparently we've done this game before. So thanks for reminding us in the chat, Michael. But I think it worked out, and if we hadn't addressed it, no one but Michael would have noticed, except for maybe Brian Stanley's girlfriend, who we have to talk about for a minute.
Oh, right. She has listened to every single episode. Shout out to Caitlin, a.k.a. the girlfriend of Brian Stanley. You are now our biggest fan. Does that mean we have to get her on the podcast now?
I think
tried
so.
Once.
Yeah. We'll work around her availability. She's a very busy person. She's got a lot of podcast, fan clubs and stuff to run.
Yeah. She listens to everybody's... Every podcast that's ever been made, she's listened to it.
All of them. She has very diverse viewpoints on everything.
It's a good thing that not everyone has a podcast. Otherwise, that'd be a lot of podcasts to listen to.
But some people have more than one, so it kind of evens out.
Oh, that's true. Make sure you go listen to the Spikeball podcast that I now have.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to talk about that before we wrap?
Yeah, I can plug that once I remember what it's called.
I think it's called Spikeball Saturdays.
Is it? Yeah, on Saturdays at my house, we do Spikeball. So you can go follow Spikeball Saturdays, where me and my friend Braden host a podcast where we talk about Spikeball. If you like Spikeball, you can listen to that. If you don't like Spikeball, you can also listen to it because we like having the encouragement, and our egos need it. But yeah, Noah, do you have anything you would like to add at the end of this show?
It's great to be back with our professional mics. But the phone mics last week actually turned out pretty good.
It did. It was shout out to phone microphones. Thank you all so much for listening. Congratulations to me for winning. Thank you to Noah for planning an awesome game. But shout out to you for you're the wheel runner, because we're all winners here at noodlespodcast.com or Noodles on Noon. So thank you all so much for listening, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.